Hi, hello, you are welcome to Olives. My name is Olivia. In this video, I'm going to share with you how I made this trouser, and this video kind of entails how to work on half elastic waistband as well as how to cut and sew a lap zip. So if you're interested in any of this, do keep on watching, and also please be patient to learn. Let's get right into this video. Just as I have cut the back, I made sure to also cut the front. I went ahead to also fix my side pocket. I'll leave a link on how to sew a side pocket in the description box. While cutting the front, I made sure to take away this ½ inch right on the fabric. Now we are going to work on cutting and sewing a front zipper fly, okay? While drafting the front, this excess of the crotch area, which is what I have here, I kept it so I could use it to cut out the zipper fly. I've already cut out my fabric with a pattern. I'll bring in both of my front trouser and I'm going to turn it this way. So it is easy for me to identify that this is the right side of my trouser and this is the left side of my trouser while wearing. Now for females, the zipper fly comes from the right side, okay? The opening comes from the right side. I'll mark 3/4 inch. And the length of this zipper fly, hope you can see, is 7 inches. So here is my 7 inches. For the first zipper fly, it has a curve like what we have here, so I'm going to bring that effect here. I was just about to make a mistake. This side rather needs to match with the right side. I want the straight part to match, so I should rather curve from here. Yeah, so I'm going to cut here straight, and then here just curve it in. So I would have something like this. This is the right side and this is the wrong side. So we need the second zipper fly. I'm going to fold the excess of the fabric I have into two, pin it in place. This will also be 7 inches. So the excess is almost the same as the width here. So I have my 7 inches line here, right? What I'm going to do is cut. So now we've gotten our two zipper fly, okay? This one from here and the other goes beneath. For the main zipper fly, I've used interfacing, in fact for both of them, but just the main zipper fly is okay. So instead of using interfacing, you can as well use a soft violin before you go ahead to serge or knitting the rough parts, okay? So I'll pick my zipper fly this way, place it the straight edge. Here does not look so straight, it's been cut off, but I'm still going to align it perfectly and pin it in place. Next, I'll move on to stitch 1/4 inch along the straight edge till the last point. So I believe you can see I've made my stitch. I'll open the zipper fly this way and make sure the allowance is towards the zipper fly. Then I'll go ahead and make a top stitch, which will become an under stitch. I'll flip it this way and give it a good press. After pressing, this is how it looks like, and here is how the wrong side also looks like. You see, at this point I'll be needing my zip. The edge of your zipper should meet the end of your zipper fly, so I'm going to meet it this way. Make sure the right side or the front of the zip faces down like this. I'll go ahead and pin. So I just pinned this side. Okay, here is left, so what I'm going to do is to grab this side and then stitch. I just needed a pin to stabilize the zip, so I can now remove it. Now here is how it looks like. We just stitch one side of the zip to the zipper fly like this. Do you see? So I'll send it back again. Now we need our zipper fly facing as well as the other side of the front trouser. Now what I'm going to do is send the zipper fly facing beneath like this. It is called zipper fly facing because it is the facing. Okay, so when you open up your zip, your body wouldn't show, but rather the facing would do. I needed this side. Okay, so I'll place it this way. Also make sure the edge of the zip ends right here. Still take it to the machine and make a top stitch, just a top stitch at the edge. While making this stitch, I made sure I stopped about ½ inch close to the end of my zipper fly. Okay, so you could see that my stitch stopped here, right? At least gauge the stopper here. You will know the reason soon. Okay, moving on to the other side of my trouser. From the edge, I pressed in ½ inch, but while pressing, getting close to my 7 inches, I ironed till it tapered to nothing. Can you see it? So now I'm going to place this other side. Open up this side. I'll open it up this way and align together with my fold here, and also make sure that the waistline aligns. I'll go ahead to pin it in place. So I'm going to take it to the machine and just make a top stitch. Do you see? I'll just stop here again like I did for this other one. You can actually place the zipper fly facing beneath and also fold the other side of your trouser right on it and stitch it together. Okay, but I want you to get it step by step. So I'm going to have the other this way. At this moment, here is what I have. I've made my top stitch. I definitely made sure I stopped ½ inch above the end this way. I have something like this. I'm going to keep it this way. Okay, then I'll flip to this side. Do you see what I'm doing? So this is what I have. So I'm going to go ahead and stitch. I'll use my hand to feel where the metal is and try to stitch at least close or a little below that metal, this metal on the zipper. Can you see? And then I will align the rest of the crotch together just like you see. I'm going to leave about a 3/4 inch here. It will later be joined to the back, okay, to make a continuous stitch. So I'm going to pin together and I'll go ahead to stitch with ½ inch, but while getting close to the zipper fly, I would maintain the allowance the zipper fly has. Stitch with ½ inch and then blend into the initial stitch. The next thing we are going to do is to make that zipper fly stitch effect. With my finger, I can easily feel where the metal is. So I'm going to indicate that metal line straight. The width of my stitch is going to be 3.5 centimeters. Okay, but we all know there is a little curve from here, right? You can mark out 1/4 inch or a bit bigger than 1/4 inch, and then move it up, blend it into a straight line. So that's exactly how my stitch is going to be. Now while I'm about to make my stitch, I'll flip this side, which is the right side. Okay, now I'm going to separate the main zipper fly from the zipper fly facing, and then I'm going to also raise this part that we haven't stitched. I'm going to raise it and take it away. For us to stitch well and have no interference, I'm going to pin here in place together with the zipper fly. I can feel it with my finger. And then I'm also going to hold this side in place. So at this point, we do not have the zipper fly here. All we are going to deal with is this other one. I think I might have a little interference. I'm going to unpick a little bit from it. I'll head over and make my stitch this way up. This is my stitch, and now I can flip my facing over to this side, tack my facing together with the zipper fly this way. I'm just going to make multiple tack, 1 2 3. Interestingly, that is how to fit a zipper fly. The trick is, while attaching the zipper fly facing, make sure to stop at least 1/2 inch or a little more than 1/2 inch above the end of the zipper fly. Okay, so you can just flip it away and easily make this top stitch. It is very important. Okay, if your zip is longer than the 7 inches, just like mine, whenever you are ready to fix your band, then you cut it off. Okay, so I'm going to place my front piece this way, and then I'll go ahead to place my back right on it and pin the sides together. I'll go ahead and join the sides with 1/2 inch. After joining the sides, I went ahead to also work on the center back crotch. Now, if you can recall, whilst adding allowance, I added one in right on the back crotch. Whatever allowance I added is what I've stitched down, and towards the lower part, I made sure I stitched 1/2 inch, and then I left enough space here, just like I did for the front. So the next thing I'm going to work on is the inner tie. So I'm going to grab one front and one back like this. With the help of the opening we left, I'm going to grab it this way. Okay, 1/2 of the tie measurement is what I have here, so I'm going to make sure that I have that same measurement here. This is the allowance I have, so I'm going to make sure I mark it. So here is where it ends, and obviously it will apply to the other side. So it means that while joining from the crotch, I'll join with 3/4 inch. Okay, and then moving down, it will reduce back to 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, and then end it here. So here is my inner tie. I'll turn it inside out. There's a little gap here, so I'm going to grab the back crotch and then the front crotch together. Okay, open up the seam of both inner thigh this way and make a straight stitch to close the opening. So this way both front and back crotch are together, you see. So here is how it looks like. To work on the waistband, I went ahead to measure from one end of the waist like this through to this other side. I had a total of 42 inches, so I went ahead to add an extra 1 inch for allowance. Okay, you can as well add 2 inches just for safety reasons. I went ahead again to also measure from one end like this, and I had almost 10.5 inches. Okay, I did same for the other side of the front. From here I measured through to where the side is. This is about 8.75 inch. I use these two measurements to cut out my violin to fuse on my band. Okay, so here is my band, a length of 43 inches. Okay, the round waist measurement plus extra 1 inch, 1.5 or 2 inches. The actual band length is 1.5, so plus half inch for joining allowance, 2 inches. From the center back, I also determined the length of just the back measurement. I went ahead to notch the center back of the band, and then I measured from the center back to 11.5 inches, which is the measurement of just half of my back. Okay, and this is the notch, and it is indicating the beginning of my front, which is where I fused the violin. Same thing from the center back to the other side to determine the side, and then the rest is for the front. Now the measurement I took for just the front is for me to cut out the violin and fuse it at the right place. So I fused it from the notch area, right from the notch area to the end of the band. So this space we have here will accommodate the elastic band. Since we are going to add elastic band, we do not need the violin to extend throughout the waistband. I'll grab the center back and also the center back of my waistband, match them. So my first notch goes to the side here. I have a belt loop here, which is about 6.5 inches. So I'm going to place one here, and then the band goes over this way. I'll do same here. The band has been cut on fold. The top part of the band is on fold. Okay, so if this side is facing the right side, then the other side of the band will go to the wrong side. Okay, so the part which will go to the wrong side, I went ahead to press my allowance on it, okay, just to keep it in place. So just as I've pinned, I'm going to stitch round with half inch. After sewing the waist together, I flipped the other side of the band this way. Then I went ahead to close this side of the band, turn it inside out. I'll repeat the same thing to this side of the band, but then I'm going to make sure that I have about 1 inch band extension. What I have here is 1.5. I'll stitch half inch out of it. So I'll fold this way, okay, and flip the other side on it. And since I'll be stitching on the back band, I'm going to make sure that the back extends a little like this. You see the difference? And I will make sure they do not meet so much. You see? and then I'll flip together. Then what I'll do next is to sew my half inch, and while sewing the half inch, I'll turn 90 degrees, which is pivoting on this line, and then sew it in to meet the actual end of the main zipper fly, which will be here. So I'll just stitch like this and stitch like this till I get to the end point. So that is how I'm going to do that. Here is my stitch. Now I'm going to go ahead and trim off the excess, and then turn it inside out. The excess of the band goes inside, and then this other one covers it this way. So we have both ends ready this way, and I'll have something like this afterwards. I'll fold up the excess of the waist this way. I'll then fold the band into two this way. I kind of pressed the midpoint of the band, okay, so I know exactly where the center is, so it makes the fold easier. So this is what I have. My waistband must be 1.5 inches. So whatever fold I just made and pinned was just for the back. So when I head over to the machine, I'll start to stitch from the side through to the back this way, and then through to the other side of the back. Okay, just the back. I made a stitch in a ditch, so you can hardly see the stitch, but I have a top stitch at the back. Okay, you can actually make just a normal top stitch right on the right side of the band. Okay, the next thing we need is our waistband. I'll divide my waist, which is 30 by 2, which is 15. Okay, so to cut out the waistband, I'll deduct 1 inch from 15 inches, and I have 14 inches. This 14 inches includes half total of 1 inch allowance on both sides of the band. Okay, so at the end of the day, I'll end up having like 13 inches as the main waistband. So I'm going to measure. I'll leave out a little. So what we are going to do is to insert the elastic band with the help of the front opening here. Alright, I'll use my safety pin. I usually like to use my teeth to close this part to prevent the pin from coming out easily. Yeah. I'm trying to look out for this other elastic band. So here is the other elastic band, and right here is my side seam. Okay, so I'm going to make sure that at least ½ inch is left out from this side seam line. I could feel it with my finger, but it is not enough up to ½ inch, so I'm going to pull it back a little bit. So what I'm going to do is to get over to the machine and make at least double to triple straight stitch to lock this elastic in place, and also pull this out. I can see my line where my 14 inches ends, and here is it. This is just an excess. I'm still holding my elastic band, and make sure It is also half inch away from my side seam, and then I'll make a straight stitch to lock them in. So this is my top stitch, and here's my other top stitch. I'm not going to leave it this way. I'll take it to the machine again and pull and stitch through the center. So I'm going to take it to the machine and stitch on the elastic band, okay? After inserting the elastic band and pinning on both sides, I went ahead to fit. I wished it was much more tight on me, so I decided to pull out from the other side more. So this is what I pulled out. What we are going to do is to place this like this and close the opening. So here's what I have after closing the front side. I'll place it here this way, bring it down a little bit, make a top stitch at the edge, and then fold it up to the edge of the band and make another top stitch. Whatever single process we went through drafting this trouser, you can use the same thing to draft a fitted trouser. Mine is not so fitted, just slightly fitted, so all my measurements were with ease except my waist measurement, and you can make it as free as you want as well using the same method. I won't lie, this came out so nice and I'm so excited. The last thing I'm going to work on is make a buttonhole and fix a button here and attach a hook and bar or maybe a breasted here to hold this place down. I'll also finally work on the hem of the trouser. After all done, this is how the trouser came out. This is how the elastic band also looks like at the back, and this is the front. For simplicity's sake, I'm going to try splitting this video into two, namely the lap zip as well as the half elastic waistband, so it will be easier to learn. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching. I hope you really learned something. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I will be glad to know. And yes, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, click the subscribe button. Okay, remember to turn on your notification bell. Thank you so much for watching once again. I will see you in the next one. Bye.